Hi, you're welcome to Photographics Academy. Today we'll be learning how to create this amazing glow effect in Photoshop. But please, before we start, quickly go and click on the subscribe button and notification button so that you will get notified every single time we post a new video. All right, so what is the first thing we're going to do? Bringing your picture into Photoshop. We're going to be dropping the link to this image so that you can walk along. So the first thing we're going to be doing is to be selecting the edges we want the glow to apply on. But before we do that, let's apply a color lookup table. So go to your adjustment layers right here. Go to color lookup. Select from night from day. That is, it gives it a night scene from a day scene. So we'll click on it. All right. So we've gotten our environment lightening, gotten our luminance, brightness, whatever you call it. So the next thing we're going to be doing is to select the areas we want the glow to have effect on. So click on your adjustment layer, go to solid color, take a white solid color, press OK. Click on the mask, press Ctrl I to invert the mask. So we are going to be deleting, we're going to be applying the mask manually to the edges we want. So I'll be using my polygonal lasso tool. You can use any selection tool in Photoshop that you feel you are comfortable with. So I'm just going to select the edges like this. Select the edges like this. Take your time. Let's go down. Sorry. Let's go again. Select the edges. So take your time and make your own selection. Use any selection tool you are comfortable with. I'm going to be using polygonal lasso tool so that will be quite fast. All right. Just manually select the edges. So the places the glow is going to be applying on is dependent on where you want it to be. If you want it on every edge in the image, then you have to manually select all the edges. So I'm going to add this place as well. Hold Shift to add to the selection like this. Zoom in to make sure you are getting a good edge selection like this. Got that black edge. All right, so let's add the glow here as well. So you can take your time and select all the edges you want. Even if you want it in all the rope, all the lace of the shoe, you are free. If you want it here, you are free. Just for the purposes of this video, I'm going to be selecting very few edges, so the video doesn't get too long. Just take your time and make your own selection. Got it right there. Let's add it to this place as well. Okay, so I'm going to be feathering it by 2 pixels so that the rough edges, these sharp edges, is going to receive some smoothness in it. All right, so after selecting, press backspace to delete the area you've selected. So if you are looking at your own right now, it should be giving you a white edge. It should be giving you a white edge. Then you can blur it out a little so that the edges will just look quite smooth. Okay, so let's try 4 pixels. Okay, so let's try 3. See what we have in 3. I think I like it at 3. So we'll be using 3 pixels for our Gaussian blur. So having selected it like this, double click on the, look at this place, double click here, 1, 2. It's going to take you into blend diff. It's going to take you into blend diff, which is your layer style. You can equally enter your layer style by right clicking on the image and go to layer style. Layer style should be somewhere. Hold on, let's find it. Okay, so you can go to blending options right here. It's going to still bring you into the same place. So let's work it from here. So go to your outer glow, select outer glow, select outer glow. Let's place it here so we can be seeing what's happening. Select your blend mode to screen. Select your blend mode to screen. Increase your opacity a little. Select the color you want the glow to have. If you want it red glow, if you want it blue glow, if you want it green glow, this is where you're going to be making that selection. So I'm going to be using a cyan kind of glow, or rather let's use blue. Should contrast the color of his shoe. Okay, so I'll be using this color. Then come to your spread, add it, just be looking at what it's doing to the image. Once it gets to the point where you want it, you stop. Let's go to the size. Look at that glow. Look at that glow. It spreads out a little. Let's spread it more. Yes, like that. Look at the glow. I think the spread is too much, like this. Like this. Beautiful. You can increase the opacity so it gets very strong. Can even add a little noise to it, but I don't think that will be necessary for what we are doing. So let's make the opacity a bit stronger. I think my spread is, let's check the size, spread it out a little. So just take your time and use your eyes to know what you want. Use your eyes to know what you want. Once it gets to where you want it, okay, so I think I'm okay with this. Press OK. So let's do a before and after. This is before, this is after, this is before, this is after. Amazing glow effect. Let me zoom out. Before, after, before, after. Just like that, we've already created a very amazing glow effect. So from here, you can take it a notch further. You can create a new layer, change the blend mode to linear dodge, select your brush, reduce the flow to somewhere maybe around 8, so it doesn't get, okay, let's use 7. Then zoom in on the image. If there are edges you want the glow to appear on, you can use, pick it. Okay, so for example now, if this is glowing, it's expected that it's reflecting on the floor, but it's not. So manually we are going to be creating that color on the floor. So just paint across the floor like this. Use your eyes and know where it should be. Paint across the floor. So let's go back. I think it's not realistic. Let's make it tiny. Paint across the floor like this. Like this. Beautiful. Okay, so this is before the painting, after the painting. So it adds a little more reality to it, makes it look real. Let's spread it out here. So if this is glowing, it should be spreading on his leg like this. If this is glowing, we should see the glow on the background right here. So just take your time and make sure your own is looking quite realistic. Spread out the glows a little to make them look realistic. So we are going to be applying one more color lookup layer to it so that it looks very, very real. All right, so this is before we added extra glows with our brush. This is after. You can reduce the opacity if you think it's too much. So let's add one more color lookup table to it. So go to color lookup. Let's select, maybe let's try foggy night. That's too much. Let's go down. Ooh, I like this one. So this is Fuji Eternal. That is what I'm seeing there. So just reduce the opacity to make it look real somewhere here. Okay, so this is it. So I'm going to group all of this. Click on the first one, the first layer up here. Hold your shift, click on the last layer before the background, press Ctrl G. It's going to group everything together. So this is the overall before and after, before and after. Let me show you before we added the glow. So this is it without the glow. This is it with the glow. This is it without the glow. This is it with the glow. So this is how you can create your glow effect in Photoshop. You can use this technique on any surface. It's going to give you the same result. Thank you for watching this video. Please click on the subscribe button and click on the notification button to make sure you get notified every time we post a new video. Thank you.